excluding any applicable VAT. So I've got to add VAT to that. That is, I don't like that. Following a click on one of your priority ads. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this at all. This is new news to me. A click on one of your priorities. I mean, that's bizarre anyway. That's a whole other video in itself. What? Now, unless I am missing something, please, somebody explain this to me. I need to end this campaign quick. When I became a runner-up in the Community Contribution Award, eBay, as part of their package, gave me £100 coupon towards their priority ad campaign. You know, the one where you pay per click instead of just promoted listings, 2%, whatever it is. You pay per click. I'm currently £87 into that. And I think it might be near 100. I think it's delayed a little bit. So I've pretty much used up all of it. But even with the £87.68 that I've used so far, I've got some details that I can see exactly how much I've sold from that, what I've sold, and how much of that would be what I pay for the sales. So I've got my sales number, and then I've got the ad fees. So I know how much I've sold through the ads, and the ad fees are £87.86. But I'm going to reveal that sales figure soon. Got a few sales to go through first. We haven't got loads, so it won't take long before we get into the juicy details. We know what you're here for. We know what you're here for. But these are some of the sales that I've had through this priority ad campaign, so it's good to see. First off, we're going to start on Vinted. Only one on there. I'm running my store very slim. It's got nothing on there at the moment. Normally, I just put something on there, it sells, and it's gone, and it's done now. £3.33. Adrian and Karina's picked this one up. I bought it yesterday from the charity shop for 50p. Listed it on Vinted for £3. Adrian picked it up for £3.33. He'd like to send me a little bit extra to make the numbers nice. You can send a little bit less, you know, Adrian. Definitely you guys. You've been great to me for many, many years now. What? 2 years? I don't know if that's many, many years, but they're going to put this on their Christmas tree. Love you both. Thank you so much. Before we get into eBay, I've had a personal sale as well, a private sale outside of any platforms. It always goes into my business account though. Ben Cox. Ben, I really appreciate you, mate. He's the chap that picked up both of the DVD players recently. He has picked up the last of my puppets that I had on eBay. We've got a giraffe. These are all by Puppet Company. This one's a Puppet Buddy. Giraffe. Fox. Tiger. 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 Forget it. And the little sock one. £25 for those. Free postage, so it cost me like £3 to send. £22 after everything. Fantastic. I paid 50p each a puppet, I think, a little while ago. And I've sold a few now for like 10s and 15s. We've done quite well on that deal. But I'm just looking at that figure now and it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I have recently also, yesterday in fact, went through all of my listings and changed everything to free postage. I've been making some changes. I've been shaking things up a bit. I like to have little tests and see how things perform on that. Obviously, there are a couple of items that I had listed for like £5 plus post. They were now £5 free post, but I'm glad to get rid of them anyway. But yes, I'm trialing out a little bit of free postage as well to see how that works. I'll give you a report back on that in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. With that being said, a little bunch of TDK blank cassettes. I paid £1.50 and £1, I think, so like £2.50 all in. Sold for £8.10. This is all in. So anything about this sort of size or this sort of size, you can knock off in your head £3 for postage, you know? Anything this sort of size, well, I'll tell you roughly what it'll be. Because there is some people out there who resell but don't resell too much, and they always say, well, how much postage is it going to be? If someone picks up something and shows me, I just know how much the postage is going to be. This is a box of vintage tins, Rimmel, all sorts of different things. I think it came in like a bundle of stuff. Some had like nails and screws and whatever else in. I just took them all out and put them as a bundle. Nobody wanted them. Such an old picture. It's got my really old background on there. This is one of the things that I had listed for £5 plus post. Set an offer out of 10% without realising. £4.50. So I'm probably going to make a few pence on that one, but it's gone. It's a stock clearer. It's shifted. Nobody was buying it, so who cares? You know what I mean? Some more of my own items now. Now some of these do still have postage on because I only did the postage yesterday, and some of these sales are from the day before or the midnight before, whatever it was, or earlier in that day. I made these changes at about 3-4 p.m. But yeah, so these were mine. Hugo Boss jogging bottom trousers, nice cotton trousers. One size too small for me. If they were one size bigger, I'd have kept them, but they're really nice, really comfortable. They have sold for £14.99. This is exactly why I am not listing loads of clothing like that on Vinted anymore, because I'm just getting more money on eBay. It's quicker on Vinted. It's easier on Vinted. Well, it was until they started pushing around with the labels. Who else is still having issues with that label where you go to print it and it shows you a A4 sheet with a little label in the corner? Now, I know that on my laptop I can do customization and whatever else, but it just comes out crap. In fact, I've got one just here that I've had to do. I'm not going to show you that because of the address, but it just comes out all blurry and crap. Don't like it. Don't like it. I don't want to have to click 2 more buttons. Anyway, £13.19. We have sold another Harley Davidson hat. This leaves one, and in fact, do I like the colour? Might keep it. But while you're there, do us a favour and subscribe to Ricky Resells. We need to get those subscriptions up before next summer because we're going to blast through that year. Summer season next 2026 is going to be mwah. So make sure you're subscribed and around for that one. £12.94. Mr. Fairbridge has picked up my Nike jogging bottoms. These are the ones that I wore for maybe 2 years. Fantastic. These are so good, man. You're going to love these. But I get bored of my clothing and I just have to like move them on. I have to. £12.94 on those. Big up, Lee. And in fact, I think you picked something else up. Should you just scroll straight to it? Yeah, you did. You've also picked up the Florida Marlins mug with the little gold rim again. You picked up the last one. I think it was the Raiders you got. These owe me nothing now. I paid like £1 or £1.50 each. I've sold them all off apart from this one. Sold for £8.99. Pop that on the lease pile. £13.49. After all these changes, I had loads of sales come through from things that have been listed for ages. This is one of them. The last N64 game out of the bundle that I picked up for £20. I think I've done £260, £270 on that bundle. Fantastic. Yoshi's Story for the N64. Needs no explanation. Another one of those cheap ones. This just got a right piece of dust in my eye off camera then. Well, it's on camera, but I'm obviously going to cut it out. This was listed for £4.50 for ages. Last night, while I was doing my free postage thing, I ended and sold similar a load of stuff and changed the price. And because I was taking the £2.99 postage off of this £4.50 item, I bumped it up to £6. Got an offer of £5, took it. This one's Victor. Nobody wants them. Nobody wants him. He's sold. It's been up there for ages. Again, another one with my wooden background. Lemieux Monsieur. I believe this to be an equestrian brand. Not sure. But it's like a cotton cashmere quarter zip jumper. £4 from the charity shop. Sold for £16.99. Again, another one that I was getting no sniffs on for ages. Ended, sold similar, add free postage. Boom. See you later. And the same with this one as well. I'll put a screenshot up here because I have already pre-packed them. We've got a couple of Scalextrics cars. £26.99 all in for these. These are the drift cars, the Ford Mustang GT4s. They've both got spoiler issues, but I picked these up inside the Only Fools and Horses Scalextrics kit that I got and I sold recently to one of you guys. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, and that's just a nice little Brucey bonus in there. £26.99 on those. Could have got more. They sell individually for more, but I bundled them together. I've already taken the pictures. They weren't selling until I rechanged it and then they sold. But who cares? You know what I mean? I've had my money. And yesterday I did a live stream while I was going through a few different bits. I was mainly sorting out the hi-fi. I was taking photographs of the hi-fi system that I've got up there. That I've had up there for ages. Do you remember that one? Bought it from the charity shop. Got it home and there was speaker issues. I'll put a thumbnail up just here if you want to go check it out. This is the Denon DCD 590. We opened it apart together on the live stream, cleaned the laser and got it working again because it wasn't picking up any discs. Because it had been sat there for so long, what happens is the laser just gets a cake of dust on. And as the laser is shooting up to even detect a disc, to even start the mechanism spinning, it can't. It can't get through that dust, can't get through that crap. So it just doesn't spin the disc. So we open the back, 2 screws, 2 screws, 1 screw, lift the shell off and access the laser. We get a little bit of alcohol, which I can't find now for some reason. Oh, here it is. A little bit of alcohol, cotton bud, clean the laser, put it back in, spin it a bit, open it, clean it again, put it back in, spin it, boom. Beautiful. So I was saying on the live stream, you need to know how to do those small little fixes and repairs or bit of maintenance. It's not even a fix or repair, it's just maintenance. You know, it's you're just cleaning some dirt. It's just maintenance. It just feels like a fix because you're opening it up. You're like, oh, check me out, being all technical. You know, just cleaning the freaking laser. But yeah, so that's all the sales going out. Nice little chunk there. Very happy with that. eBay is a total for £179 and £3.33 for Vinted. So we are going to take a little look at this campaign details, because I am in a position where I'm not paying for this. I need to end it before it gets to £100, otherwise we'll be paying for it. But I'm not paying for this at all. It's a £100 credit I've got, and we're at 87.68 so far. So bear that in mind. Before we get into that, I do want to do a little giveaway, actually. It's been quite a while for you guys. Picked this up yesterday. I just think it's a cool little thing. Do you know what I mean? I like stuff like that. It's a money pot. Elephants never forget. They never forget how much cash they've got. I wonder if there's anything in there. No, there's not. But, oh, you bastard. I'm still going to give it away. It doesn't mean much. It's a small little chip in his little foot there. To be fair, it almost looks like a nail. Look. Almost looks like one of those. It's only a small chip. This is a funky looking money pot. I don't know what it's worth. I haven't checked it out yet, but I just think it's cool. And I'm going to give it away to one of you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know something that's happened to you and you just never forgotten it. Like an elephant never forgets. Something that just sort of sticks in your mind. You go, I'll never forget when that happened. Let me know your best never forget story and I'll pick a winner for the next video. So let's get into this. So before I do, again, I'm going to reiterate, I'm not paying for this one. I've got £100 credit for being a runner-up in the eBay Community Awards. So far, I've spent £87.68, and my total sales value is £118.98. So in order for me to get those 8 sales, I've had to spend £87.68 on priority pay-per-click ads. Just here, all this little jig-jag up and down stuff. In order for me to obtain £118, I've had to spend £87.68. Obviously, I haven't spent it, but I would have done. And I'd be pissed, because that makes me a grand total of £31.30 out of £118 sales. So I'll be giving eBay £87.68. Now, unless I am missing something, please somebody explain this to me, because I'm happy to be educated. But this just tells me I've had 355 clicks, which has resulted in a quantity of 8 items sold for a gross sales of £118.98, costing me ad fees of £87.68, leaving a total of £31.30 for my skinny little pockets. Am I missing something? I don't think I am, because if we look, clicks, the number of interactions you've had with your ads, quantity sold, obviously. Whoa, oh, press the bloody table thing again. Need to put the lock on. Moves on its own. The number of items purchased within 30 days of a click on your ads includes both promoted and non-promoted, provided the buyer purchased one of your non-promoted items in the 30 days following a click on one of your products. I mean, that's fucking bizarre anyway. That's a whole other video in itself. What? This metric includes direct sales and halo sales of your items made after a click on one of this campaign ads, and many differ from counts. Do you know what a fucking halo sale is? Halo sales are, oh my goodness. Sorry, I just realised the screen weren't right. Halo sales refers to the indirect sales impact of a marketing campaign on other products besides the one being advertised. The number of items purchased in 30 days on the ads includes both. Blah, 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 blah. This metric includes direct sales and halo sales of your items. What? Look, for example, if a user clicks on an ad for your fish fingers, but then buys your brand's beef burgers instead, the beef burger sale is considered the halo sale. That's what I mean. For the fish finger ad. This happens because the initial ad generated awareness for the brand as a whole, influencing the shopper to choose another product from the same company. No, what if they just clicked on fish fingers and was like, oh, didn't mean to do that, and then went out and chose your burgers because that's what they really went in for? So eBay are charging, hold on, this is a revelation to me, I'm so sorry. This metric includes direct sales, which is normal. So yeah, you clicked on the ad, boom, you bought it. And halo sales of your items made after a click on one of this campaign's ads. So somebody clicks on something that's in this priority click campaign, they click on an iPhone, and I haven't got the iPhone that they want. They want the iPhone Air, I've only got the iPhone Water. So then they click out and then start searching for Hugo Boss trousers because they're in the shopping spirit, and they happen to come across mine again. I'm now paying for that. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this at all. This is new news to me. Might have to do a separate video on that. You know what I'm like, make a video out of anything. Anyway, let's get back to the main point here. So we're talking about £87.68 fees on £118 of sales. Let's see what the information is about sales. Let's have a look at this then. The total amount sales for the select period includes both promoted and non-promoted items. Provided the buyer purchased one of your non-promoted items in the 30 days following a click on one of your priority ads. This metric includes direct sales and halo sales of your items made after a click on one of the campaign's ads and may differ from the counts in the table below. So that doesn't necessarily... This is fishy. How long's this been a thing for? Am I just late to the party? That is... I don't like that. Let's have a look at the ad fees. I bet there's going to be some halo sales now. Ad fees incurred by your promoted listings, excluding any applicable VAT. So I've got to add VAT to that. I need to end this campaign quick. Because I did start doing £5 a day. I'm now doing £10 daily target. I was doing £5. I upped it yesterday. When using a general strategy, ad fees are incurred by your items sold within 30-day click on your ads. Now I knew about that. Is that the halo thing? Maybe I just didn't understand it correctly when that came out, but that's... When using a priority strategy, ad fees are incurred by clicks on your ads. Visit the payments tab for final fees, including any applicable taxes or credits. I'd rather not look at that. Priority ad campaign. Unless I am missing something, please do somebody clear something up for me. I don't mind if I'm being what's the word? A plonker, and I'm missing some very obvious vital information, but I don't like the sound or the look of that. £118 in sales. Let's round it up. £120 in sales with £90 fees. Come on. What? So who is this for? Is this mainly for people who are selling £5,000 items? What? I don't understand it. Makes no sense to me. I don't like that. That's not viable business. Am I missing something? Honestly, please do let me know in the comments down below if I'm missing something. I'm happy to be educated, but I don't like the fee to sale ratio on that. And I'm certainly not a fan of that halo sales bullshit. So you come onto eBay because you want to buy a stick man. You click on that, which is running on the priority ads campaign. You then click off, you come back out, I don't want to buy a stick man anymore, don't want it. Oh, but I do actually quite like this Harley hat, which is not being promoted. There's no promotion on this. I've decided to leave this one out of the priority for some reason in this scenario. And then they buy it. I'm charged an ad fee on that. Is that what I'm hearing correctly? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I know eBay is a pay-to-play kind of situation, but I've stayed away from these priority ads for that reason, because I did look in there and think it's a lot. It's pay-to-clicks. It sounds like it could get a bit sketchy, a bit expensive in the old pocket. But when they offered me the £100, obviously for free, I thought, yeah, obviously I'll give it a go. Why not? Let's give it a bash. I don't think I'll be using that again. I don't think it's for me, unless I'm missing something. Unless I'm supposed to set it up in a certain way, which is the most economical or whatever it is. I'm not sure. So I had this running on £5 daily budget for the last 4 days. Started on £10 yesterday. Just boosted it up before. Let's get rid of this credit for the next 2 days. Am I missing something? Or is that exactly how it reads? £120 sales, but £90 in fees. Bearing in mind, you've got final value fees to take off of that yet. What do you think about all that? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to tell me your most memorable, unforgettable moment in life to win this elephant never forgets money pot. That is crazy.